sound there of me walking through a back end part of Milton Keynes. Hey everyone, welcome to the pilot episode, I guess, of the Songs That Define Me podcast. My name is Jordan, and I appreciate you downloading and listening to what will hopefully be a continuing project, just until I find the time with my work, my full-time job, because it's sort of a bit of a passion project. The idea is I speak to people and talk to them about music, bands and artists that bring memories back, I guess, in the loosest of terms. And this episode is with Sarah Cosgrove. Sarah is a friend of mine, the lead singer of the indie band Lowgirl, and we met in 2015, but we met on a Saturday just gone, and recorded a short conversation about her favourite bands. I won't spoil too many, but there's some conversations about Sufjan Stevens and a bit of chat on Paul McCartney, which I think is quite good. So I think we'll just jump straight into it. So here you go. Yes, tell me your morning routine while I get my levels.
I woke up at my normal time that I would wake up for work, and in my head I said, Sarah, it's a Saturday. You don't have to get up yet. So I didn't get up, and I forced myself to go back to sleep, which I do by not opening my eyes and trying not to think about anything. That's how I make myself have more of a lie-in. And then I I didn't reply to some messages. I saw some messages, and then I scrolled through my reels and sent some to Toby, and he sent some back, and we had a bit of a conversation through reels.
Okay, and who is Toby again?
Toby is my best friend. My best friend, and we were saying the other day, how would we describe each other to other people? Because I'm constantly saying to my girlfriend, "Oh, Toby would like this," and he's apparently doing the same. And we were like, we're just bros.
Just bros.
We're bros. We have the relationship of two straight men. That's what it is.
So who are you? Sound like Nardwar. Who
are you?
Who are you? What's your name? What band are you in?
Oh, I'm Sarah. I'm in a little known band called the Beatles. I'm in a band called Lowgirl, where I am the lead singer and sometimes the bass player.
Quite like the way you're holding your microphone.
Was I holding it? I thought you were telling me you need to hold it like this.
You're holding it within two fingers.
With the pinky out.
Quite nice.
I don't know, it feels nice.
So you're in Lowgirl, a band.
I am.
A local band.
A local band,
yeah,
of sorts.
With how many followers? Because that's what people go by these days.
I think 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5 followers.
2.5 followers. I think 2.5 followers. 2,500 followers.
That's a mad. It's a mad number to think about, isn't it?
It is
2,500 followers.
I don't know if all of them are
people,
that engaged with. Like, a lot of them are, other bands that we all follow each other as a supportive measure.
Fine.
Yeah,
you're allowed.
That is allowed.
I allow you.
Thank you for the permission.
That's okay.
I appreciate that.
So what the idea is, I've spoken to you beforehand and told you to I told you to get 4 or 5 bands or artists. Mm-hmm. We're going to go through the feelings that these bands, artists, or songs bring to you, memories, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I think we'll jump straight into the first one, and go from there. So what's your number 1? Or number 5, actually.
My number 5.
Or in no particular order.
Well, I was thinking linear. I was thinking, let's go back to the beginning.
Let's go back to the beginning.
Of the first album I remember.
What year is this?
This will be 1999, probably.
1999.
That's the first year I remember things.
Is it? I don't remember things until like 2001.
Really? I remember, well, I don't remember everything, but I remember waking up on my 3rd birthday and being like,
I'm 3.
I'm sentient.
Oh. Early sentience.
Early sentience. And I remember a lot of car journeys with a CD that I still have. And it's the 1987 release or re-release of Sgt. Pepper.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Straight in with the Beatles.
Yeah, it was a formative memory for me. My favourite song was When I'm 64, which is I can see why a child would love that song.
Yeah. Is someone going to look after me when I'm 64?
Yeah, it's something you're really thinking about at that age. It's starting to really creep up those questions.
Is mummy still going to be around?
Am I going to lock my partner out for not getting home on time? That was my favourite one. And my brother, who would have been next to me on the left, because he always sat on the left and I always sat on the right.
Classic.
He liked For the Benefit of Mr. Kite, which I didn't like.
Why didn't you like it?
I thought it was too silly and a bit too nightmarish, actually.
Yeah.
At times. But yeah, that was what I remembered listening to a lot, and it came up later because when we moved back from Mozambique, I was in disarray.
You were in disarray.
I was in
Sarah.
disarray, and I didn't have many friends, and I was kind of having a bit of a crisis, and I was a very anxious teenager, or tween, is that the word?
I reckon you could probably use tween. I don't know whether us English use tween as much.
We don't, but we should. And I think that's something I feel quite passionate about.
They should bring that back.
Bring back tween.
The current tweens should bring back tween.
And tweenies. Do you remember tweenies?
I remember tweenies. Big time. I was a big fan of the tweenies.
I know.
And the dog.
I fancied
Milo.
Yeah, I did.
What was it about him?
He was just kind of cool, wasn't he?
Was he? What kind of music do you imagine Milo listening to?
What would Milo be listening to? That song I played you just before we started doing this, which is Sneaker Night.
Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah, Vanessa Hudgens, Sneaker Night. That's what
he would love it. He'd be well
that up. Yeah, dancing to it.
So you come back to England from Mozambique.
Yeah, I'm struggling to fit in, and I think there must have been a part of me that was looking for something familiar to hold on to, and I got almost, I would say, unhealthily obsessed with the Beatles in year 8. Yes. That was the big year for me.
Okay.
My parents even felt so sorry for me. They took me to the Beatles Museum in Liverpool.
I felt sorry for you.
They absolutely did. They were like, God, we need to throw her a bone here. So we went there, and I read loads of books about them. I had all the CDs. I started songwriting around that time. Okay. I think I wanted to play bass. I basically wanted to be Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
And none of this helped with school. This, if anything, made me more of an outcast.
I like that you wanted to fit in, so you chose a band from the 60s.
So I tried to model myself
on Paul McCartney, a man at which point was in his 60s.
That's what people were like. The Beatle that famously people find the most annoying. So I had a Beatles bag, a tote bag, and my ICT teacher loved it. He was from Liverpool, and he was like, "That's really cool."
Was he Paul McCartney?
No, not Mr. Miller.
Not Mr. McCartney.
Not Paul McCartney. It really bled into the fabric of everything I was doing, because even in English we had to do a short story, and I decided to write about, like, obviously the 60s.
Yeah.
And, like, it would all come into that. It's just strange to me now, like, looking back, like, how, like, the level of which I was trying to embody this thing.
Were you dressing like him?
So I wasn't fully dressing like him. I wasn't wearing the suits.
You wasn't wearing the suit. You weren't wearing the waistcoat.
I did get one of those. They had, like, I don't know what type of hat they're called. They're quite, like, bulky here, and then, like, a little rim.
Oh,
do you know,
like Lennon?
Yeah. I got one of those in the Beatles Museum. I'd wear that sometimes, and it obviously looked really silly. And I did have the Lennon glasses. Even though I wasn't a Lennon girl whatsoever, I actually read his ex-wife's scathing book about him, and I was like, enough of that.
Enough of that, yeah. Back to Paul.
Back to my boy.
Yeah, so you were walking around school, fake beard.
Drawn on moustache, in full Sergeant Pepper garb, in the blue silken garb.
Yeah.
But
someone who looked like you, dressed as the Beatles from the early 60s, looking mournfully, like on the front cover of...
It's just so silly. Like, that was so, like, not what people were thinking about at that time. I'm trying to think what was cool at that time.
This would have been...
2008, I would
2008,
say.
yeah.
What was cool back then?
What came out
Lady Gaga.
It was quite a bit of Lady Gaga. Indie Sleaze was getting its...
The Strokes.
Yeah, Arctic Monkeys.
Because that was all, yeah. You're right, yeah. All of that was kicking off.
Mm-hmm.
None of that.
No.
Justin Bieber.
There's Sarah over there.
That was me over
Listening
there. I hate to say it, I definitely started to, like... It's so embarrassing to say. I think I even started trying to be, like... I would watch interviews, and I think I started to pick up on mannerisms and stuff. And I was
putting
just
on a Liverpudlian accent.
I don't want to say I was doing that much, but there was something there. It was like I clearly was not doing well. Like, I just, like, it's weird the level that I was into it. I will say that the obsession, as much as I still love the Beatles and, like, will speak very highly of them, it is a coincidence that as soon as I started to make friends, suddenly was less interested in the Beatles, or at least, you know, the level that I was at.
Going to have a coffee break right now. She's going to sip on a cappuccino that we've got.
Let's take a moment to thank our sponsors, Fred and Ginger's.
Shout out to Fred and Ginger's Coffee Shop.
Fred and Ginger's Coffee Shop.
So we've listened to Sgt. Pepper from 1999 to 2008.
Yeah, well, for big break in between, I will say.
Big break in between, yeah.
Because I didn't have any Beatles CDs when we lived abroad. I just had McFly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which, while formative, I wouldn't say has been that influential for me. But I
can't say any of your songs are very similar to It's All About You. Five Colours.
I love It's All About You, though. That's
exactly.
still such a tune.
When a Lowgirl going to do a song like It's All About You?
Well, you say that, but in Icarus, there was the guitar solo. Our producer was kind of pushing for it to be on acoustic guitar, and the only reason it's not is because I was like, it sounds too much like It's All About You.
It's too much like It's All About You.
You know that Spanish guitar solo?
So McFly had a little bit of a...
McFly had a little pop-up.
A little bit of an inspiration.
Yeah.
And a pop-up.
I like, to a point where, like, in primary school there was like a talent show day.
Okay.
Very loosely, like, it wasn't like very formal. And I asked this girl in my year if she would, because she liked McFly, if she would sing Hypnotized by McFly with me.
Okay.
And she said yes. And then on the day she chickened out. It would have been my first performance, actually. I then stood up in front of the class, put on Hypnotized with the vocals on it. So I was just singing along with it. And there's like it feels like a 20-second long harmonica solo where I would have just been like stood.
Standing there, looking at the audience.
It wasn't good.
For appreciation.
So it was in there, but it didn't influence me very much. But still special in my heart.
That's quite good. We are into your second linear choice.
My second linear choice, yeah. I'm actually going to skip a chunk.
Oh, of your life or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Going to go to uni now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. We're at uni.
We're at uni.
Because a lot of like
Set the scene.
There wasn't like a big band then in my teens. It was like I would listen to what my brother was listening to, which was like, it wasn't Indie Sleaze, but it was like Franz Ferdinand, The Killers, Keane, all of those. So it wasn't any like definitive thing. It was just like popping in and out of all of those. When I was at uni, I started to feel quite, there was a year where I was, anxiety is a theme.
Oh, yeah.
It is a theme, and I was feeling not so good. This was when I was first diagnosed with OCD, and I was quite separate from everything. I'd become a bit of a hermit. And I started listening to Sales.
Okay.
Which is a band that I discovered through Vine. Because there was this one guy who, like, I can't remember his name. He made some pretty funny videos. Whether I'd find them funny now in hindsight, I'm not sure. But he did a song with Chinese New Year playing in the background, and I was like, oh, I like whatever this is.
Okay.
And the format of Sales songs are usually quite straightforward. It's like guitar, like a nice riffy guitar hook, quite fun vocals. She's got a very interesting voice, and then usually like lo-fi drums.
Okay.
And I really loved it because it was also very like very accessible to make that kind of music. And I think that it was a similar feeling I had when I first listened to the XX, where it's like, as someone who's not very good at guitar, it's kind of cool to think you can make something so boppy with just the bare ingredients. It doesn't have to have loads of overproduction going on.
Yeah.
And I found it so relaxing to listen to. I would just walk around listening to Sales, and it was one of the few things at that time that brought me a lot of like calm.
Okay.
And I have a very special soft spot for Sales. I never knew what they were saying though. Like I've like a lot of the time, like I will sing my own whatever I think they're saying, and I look at the lyrics and I'm like, I don't know what she's talking about, but I understand what she's saying, because like the melody evokes so much emotion for me that I feel like she might be singing about something completely different, but like I feel like I understand it without needing to know what she's saying, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. Because this is, I've never listened to Sales. I've never actually heard of them, to be fair. So are there any songs that you could recommend?
I think because the problem is when you search Sales on Google, it just comes up with a bunch of like clothing sales and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, is it Sales like that? SALES?
Yeah.
Right.
It's really
I was thinking
annoying.
of boat sales.
I know. It's actually Sales.
I was thinking of Sail by Al Nation.
I was thinking that as you were saying it in my head, it was just going. Din, 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 din. My favorite ones, I think, like Chinese New Year's up there just for that pure memory of discovering it, but also there's a song called Ivy and Jams. Jams is good. Vow. Yeah, all of those. I think Ivy has a special place in my heart though. They're just really. I don't think they have much. They have like one album, one EP, which I submitted for my brother's album club, to an uproar, by the way, because it was an EP and not an album.
Oh.
Sorry, guys, but I don't know. They then have one more recent one that's quite vibey, but I once ordered a vinyl from their website and it never showed up. Every screwed me over. Sorry to Every. Am I sorry? I don't know. But they never gave it to me, and I never wanted to like say to Sales I didn't get it, because I feel like mean them having to give me another vinyl when it's not their fault.
Yeah, because this is around the time that we first met.
This is around. You're so right. Yeah.
I've got the memory of a thing that's got a good memory.
You are. Yeah.
Sometimes. So this, we're now in the era where we've first met or meeting.
Probably around like 2016.
Yeah. 2016 I think was when we came up.
You came up to our house.
Up to the house. So we came up once when you were in halls, but I don't think we saw you. I don't think I saw you or met you properly.
Or if you did, I don't think we talked much.
Or you cared.
I certainly cared.
Who's this guy?
But I was, as I am now, new people, avoidant.
So we came up. We went for a night out.
Yeah, did we go anywhere?
Well, that was a horrible noise. we went out. I think you stayed back because I got too drunk. And when the guys had gone out for breakfast in the morning,
you sliding down the stairs. For some
yes,
reason.
I think so.
Yeah.
In the morning when the guys had gone out to breakfast, you brought me a bucket and some orange juice.
I did. Yeah, you were in. In that house, it was me and Toby on that level, wasn't it? Like subterranean.
The subterranean. Floor.
And I came to hang out with you for a bit.
You came to my aid.
I left my room, which is crazy.
So there's a man vomiting next door. I need to go.
And I was like, oh, poor guy. Yeah, that's crazy actually, because that would have been the start of our friendship.
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine the start of your friendship being bringing a bucket. I don't think I even threw up in the bucket.
No, probably not.
For people who cared.
No, you had a lot more hair. Not like you've lost it. That makes it sound like you've lost your hair.
I had a lot more
longer hair.
Longer hair, untamed. Wild. I hadn't had it styled, and I think it was just before I got into having it cut.
Just
like Morrissey. Just before I got into haircuts.
Oh, like Morrissey. Yeah, I see. That makes so much sense now. Looking at you.
I had a big. This isn't about me, but I had a big Morrissey and Elvis phase going on around about then, and I thought, do you know what? This is the only way I'm gonna. This is just like your Paul McCartney.
I was about to say, did you start doing like, hey little lady? I'd have loved it if you embodied it. But.
So we went to Lanzarote a couple of months ago, and we'd spent a bit of time in this drag bar where they had karaoke.
Nice.
And I did an awful lot of karaoke.
Wish I'd seen that.
The karaoke I did was Elvis. And I'd had my hair and I didn't do it on purpose, but I had my hair styled quite up in quite a big quiff to the guy, and the guy behind the decks doing the karaoke asked me whether I was an Elvis tribute.
I was about to say, like, do you think you're an Elvis impersonator?
Have you come in just to sing Elvis because you're a tribute? Are you looking for work?
Oh my god, I need to show you a video after we've done this of an Elvis tribute. The dance move he's doing is like burned into my brain, and I need you to incorporate it next time you do karaoke.
I can't wait. So sales. Fantastic.
Yeah, sales were a really big one for me. I think in songwriting as well, it just made me feel like honestly, I think it was the reason I started then recording stuff. And
yeah, because this is around the time I remember me
being like, I'm gonna give it a go.
I'm gonna give it a go.
I gave it a go, and I started similar to this old Focusrite. I don't think it was GarageBand. I think it was Reaper or something. My friend Kristen was helping me produce it because he was a successful indie artist in his own right, and he was sort of helping me with his expertise, and that was like that song really helped me get into the whole thing, you know. What
were you doing at uni? I don't think I ever asked.
Media production, radio.
Right? Yes. Yeah. No, we have had this conversation. No,
radio actually. And photography. I think I specialised in at the end, having gone there planning to go into film. But I just realised I preferred the radio side of things more.
Yeah, music was in your blood.
It was in my blood, Jordan.
Audio engineering was in your blood.
Audio engineering. I kind of wish I'd paid a bit more attention sometimes. Like I feel like, well, I don't think I was doing particularly well, was I? I don't think I can be too hard on myself. I still got a 2-1, but
it's pretty good.
I'd still like to go back into it sometimes, you know. The old radio. Let's start a radio show, Jordan.
I mean, yeah, I was doing radio up until fairly recently.
Milton Keynes.
Yes.
Hospital.
Milton Keynes Hospital.
Big up.
MKFM. I had a few evenings on. And also local radio station, Stony Radio. Yes. Where I got to do my own show.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying yes like
that.
Yes.
So I was doing that, and I was enjoying playing the music and talking about the music, but I feel like it didn't have the same feeling as doing something like this, where, you know, like I wanted to actually speak to other people about music. As much as I like playing music to other people and going, you have to listen to this because I'm playing it.
There's not much, like, it's hard to do some storytelling in that format.
Exactly. Whereas the idea of this is we talk about the music and the feelings and memories and stuff that come from it, because those are much more interesting things. Like if I just sat here and played music to you and went, you're going to like this.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people don't really... I'm one of those people where if someone says you should listen to this, I won't.
Yeah.
I have to come across it, or I have to have it really in my head that there's like some emotion connection there and a reason that maybe I want to understand this person more, so I'll go listen to it. But
yeah.
Which is annoying because I'm constantly saying to people, you should listen to this.
Exactly. But I feel like that's what's made us quite close, Sarah.
I would say so.
Because we would give each other music recommendations.
Yes, we would. Even just the other day, you showed me a song that I've been listening to quite a lot.
Which one was it?
The Sofa.
Oh, that album's out now.
I need to listen to the whole
Alice
thing.
is the Clearing. It's a fantastic album.
I think of us driving to Dunelm Mill when I hear that song.
We love Dunelm Mill.
We do love Dunelm.
That album is out now, and that album is in my top of this year.
Ooh.
Because it is incredible. That and CMAT's album.
I need to listen to that too. I listened to the singles of that album, but I need to listen to the
that album's got a hold on me, like I don't know what. Yeah,
a choke slam.
Because you went to see her in Esquires.
I did see her in Esquires, and it was probably like watching her. I was like, this is someone who you just don't like. Very rare for someone to just be such a all-star in terms of like the charisma, the actual ability and the songwriting ability and the vocal talent and like the way she like was with the crowd. The whole thing was just so fun. Like it's like, as someone who makes quite sad music, it's nice sometimes to just go to something where it's like, this is really fun and like I don't know, it was amazing. I've never seen a show quite like it. I would encourage anyone to go see CMAT if you can.
And she's like completely blown up as well.
Yeah.
Like she was big.
What do you think was because
Esquires,
that was the big show. Because my girlfriend's always like, I've been listening to her for years. But and I know that she has. And I respect that because she was the one who got me into CMAT. Yeah. But like, I think the Jules Holland thing, that got her onto a lot of people's... Oh,
definitely. Jules Holland. I think it just probably came out at the right time. You know, that album. She did Glastonbury as well.
That was a big deal, yeah.
That was a big deal.
Yeah, actually, that was when I probably saw... Because initially I saw her... The first time I came across CMAT was on Hinge. Not her herself. But her drummer, I think, was on Hinge. Her drummer was very good looking. I was trying to get in there with that drummer, but sadly she did not match me. She didn't match me back. But I remember seeing like in her pictures that she was like these big shows and then the word CMAT, and I was like, what the fuck is CMAT? Like that sounds like a kind of... It didn't sound like what I was expecting it to be.
I saw somebody say earlier that it sounds like an electrical company. Or
like it does. I wasn't...
But I love it. It's just her initials. I think it's fantastic.
Oh, that's... Yeah. I didn't even think about that. I remember thinking, oh, that person's successful.
Yeah.
And then at Big Weekend, I just missed her set and caught... Because Remy Wolf was after.
We love Remy.
And Zara was saying to me, oh, why didn't you go see Seaman? I was like, oh, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, shut up.
And then... she told me to listen to Our Shoot, and from then on I've been just the biggest fan. Not bigger than her, because I feel like it's annoying if you get someone into it and they're like, I'm now a bigger fan, but it was nice to be able to go see her basically, and to take Zara. It was nice for her to see her too.
I've forgotten what the tangent we were. So where did we come from?
We
came from sales.
We came from sales.
Okay, I think that was it.
We have a sales background.
We have a sales.
We have a sales background.
Right, so we're at uni, we listen to sales.
We are listening
and that
to
was
sales.
the second choice, wasn't it?
Yes.
So I think we should go to your third even.
I will go to my third. I'm looking for a third. And my third is, I remember Toby Morgan.
Shout out Toby Morgan.
Toby Morgan, my absolute boy.
Who is Toby Morgan?
Who is Toby Morgan? Toby Morgan and I met in first year of uni. We were randomly assigned flatmates.
Mm-hmm.
And we both bonded over music immediately. Alt J's second album came out first week of uni. And we listened to it together while we had Freshers Flu, and that was very fun. But there was some times at uni where my mental health was very, very bad. Mm-hmm. And me and Toby did fall out, actually.
Okay.
We weren't talking for a while.
I vaguely remember this time.
And it was nothing, it was me just being like very, very at the depths of low girl. And Toby trying his best to be a friend to me, but I was just not good to be around, I would say.
Okay.
And I think we fell out over a misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm.
And we just weren't talking, even though we were like right next door to each other for like a few months, actually. It was quite awkward. I was just completely to myself at this time.
Yeah.
And it's why I think that like it's impossible for us to like fall out. Now I feel like we went through the like this most intense time when we first met.
Living together,
falling out, and then there was one day where we just ended up talking again.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing on my Spotify, like, you know, when you can see what people are listening to, it was like Toby Morgan listening to Sufjan Stevens.
He loves him,
and he'd got into Sufjan in that time, I think. And then, you know, when you haven't like, you know, when you've fallen out with someone and you talk to them again and you just get this like euphoria of like, we have so much to catch up on and I've missed this. And like, we were sort of hanging out all day and he showed me like Death with Dignity by Sufjan Stevens, which is from Carrie and Lowell, which I would say is probably one of my top 3 favourite albums of all time. And that was my first memory of ever hearing Sufjan Stevens. I definitely heard bits like historically. I think Chicago was probably played a lot when I was younger, and it would have been in the background. But that album was just, oh my God. It was like something, you know, when you don't know how much you would have needed an album like that, and you hear it and you're like, oh my God, this is everything.
And it comes out of nowhere as well.
Yeah, and you're like, how did I exist without this album before? And I just absolutely loved it, and really got into Sufjan from there. And it's just always been a nice bonding point for me and Toby, I think, whenever Sufjan does something new. My brother really loves Sufjan too as well. It's kind of been a nice thing where sometimes one of us will get into something and the rest of the band, or at least 2 other people, will. I think that's happened with King Gizzard, for Toby and Tom. I always like it when Toby gets my brother into something, because my brother's very hard to kind of influence.
Okay.
And it's nice to see my best friend and my brother have this like friendship of their own. And
and he's also in the band.
He's also in the band.
Was he in the band?
He is the drummer.
Do you reckon he'd come on to this? Maybe I'll just do all of Lowgirl.
He would love to. He loves to talk about music.
Sufjan,
Sufjan Stevens.
I've never actually listened to him. I've seen you and I've seen Toby listen to him so much, but I've never actually gone down.
It's quite the catalogue, because I think Toby's, and he will talk to you about Sufjan if you talk to him even remotely about music, and he knows more than I do. But from what I know, he was going to do an album for every state in the United States.
That's mad.
I think he stopped quite early on. Like I think he's done like maybe 2 or 3.
Mad.
Did Michigan,
mad idea.
And Illinois, and he's very. I do think he's a bit of a genius. Like he's done so much, and I don't know. There's just so much to him. He also loves Christmas. Like he did like a really long like 80-song Christmas album. I don't know if it's exact like 80 songs, but it's a lot.
I mean, if it's even close, it's a lot.
It just seems like he has total free reign of whatever he does. And my favourites are like Age of Ads, and his most recent one, which I think is called Javelin. But Carrie Lowell still remains to be the absolute favourite. It's the most it's very consistent and compact, and it's all about like grief. And it's really interesting hearing him talk about it, because I don't think he looks back on it kind of like, oh, I failed to, like, why did I try and like sum up grief or like describe it? And it's been an album that's helped so many people.
Yeah.
But like, I think he has a complex relationship with his own music, which is weirdly comforting to hear, I think. But yeah, he's just quite a recluse sometimes, like a mysterious figure. And I like that in a musician.
Yeah.
Each album is quite different, I would say. I think Age of Ads begins with a song that's very Carrie and Lowell, very like stripped back, and then it goes into this crazy, like very bizarre techie soundscape mixed with a bit of folk. It's like folk electronica, I think it's called.
Yeah.
But like it's kind of like a red herring, and then it ends with this 25-minute long song that I absolutely adore called The Impossible Soul. And I usually do not like really long songs. I'm not like Toby and Tom, who are into their prog or into their like, I just am not like here for it. But for some reason that song is like, I recommend if you're ever commuting to London listening to it on the Underground, because it just, all the sounds seem to just match up with whatever is going on around you.
I like that as well.
And it ends just with this beautiful little bit at the very end, which is one of my favourite moments, but you have to listen to quite a lot to get there.
So you can't explain it.
Yeah.
Number four.
Number four.
We're on number 4 now.
We're on number 4.
Number 4.
Should I do 5?
No, well,
4.
You need 4.
I need 4.
3 was Sufjan.
Just a go. I think another very significant discovery for me was Always, who I talk about all the time.
Okay. Always, you could say.
There's a poster in my flat of them. Not in this section, actually.
Not in here, actually.
In what I call the ether, which is where there's a really bright light that you turn on sometimes and it's just too much. I got into Always. They were kind of recommended to me a lot when I was listening to music post-uni in that summer. I kept getting songs, like if I look at like my playlist from that time, even though I wasn't really truly aware of who Always were, which by the way, my brother would hate all of this. Like he's like, I will listen to the entire catalogue of Somewhere, whereas I'm like, oh, I hear the song, add it to a playlist, which I think a lot of people are like.
Yeah, I'm a bit of both.
I think I have become more album, more artist centric as I've gotten older, but there was a period of time where I was just like, yes, vibey playlist. And Always, I think I had like Next of Kin on this playlist I saw the other day, and I was like, oh wow, I was even listening to them back then. So they kept coming up for me, and I remember Bradley, first Bradley mention.
Who's Bradley? For the listener.
Bradley's really been great for my library as well. I think me and Bradley agree on some stuff that, while him and Tom have like System of a Down and all of that stuff, I don't know what he has with Toby, to be fair, but me and him have like, he really introduced me to a lot of Midwest emo, but also a lot of surf indie, like surfer dream pop indie. And
who is Bradley?
Bradley is the guitarist / bass player of the band, and incredible guitarist, I will say. And the influence of all of the sort of genres just mentioned, I think, are very clear in his guitar work.
Yeah.
As is honestly like occasionally the new metal stuff as well. But I remember as like I don't know where we were driving to somewhere in Hemel, and it was really sunny, and we were listening to some of like Paramore's After Laughter album, but then we got onto the topic of Always, and I was like, oh, I listened to them too. And he was saying how much of a big fan he was of their first album, and then I was like, I need to actually listen to like a body of work.
Yeah.
And I was pleasantly surprised that it was one of those albums where I liked every song, which is quite rare for me. And I really enjoyed it. Their first album, I think, is just self-titled Always, and I can see it there in the vinyl collection. Begins with Adult Diversion. That's the track list on the back.
Oh yeah, there it is. I can see it now.
And I had like a kind of a bad I love how all of my top albums is like, and then I was having a really shit time. They're all like, it's like trauma bonded to these albums. But I think it was the summer of 2023. That was probably the worst year of my life.
Post-COVID.
Post-COVID. I know, I'm like, and then this year was the worst year of my life. But this was like genuinely like I was really not well. I'd kind of had like a really big heartbreak, but I think it was the sort of like, it wasn't just that situation itself. I think it was like a bunch of things that had been building over the past year or so just completely erupted at once. And I was having a really bad time of it. Was really not well, wasn't eating, which is so not like me, by the way. Bloody love food.
You love food.
And I had this show lined up with Bradley. We were going to go see Always in Kentish Town, O2 thing. I think it's that. And saw Always play, and it was like, I don't know how to explain. Like, I think like everyone has their own experiences with mental health and anxiety. My experience often with OCD when I'm really not well is that it's very noisy in there. Like, I feel very tense all the time. My brain, I'm constantly trying to stop myself from spiraling, which takes a huge amount of effort when I'm in a bad place. And it's just trying to keep on top of my thoughts all the time and not let thoughts spiral, and resisting a lot, and sometimes then spiraling and ruminating. So it's just, I get very stuck in my head, and I was really not doing good. And we went to the show, and they played this song in Undertow, which I'd heard briefly when like catching up on the songs before going to see the show. And they'd released an album the autumn before called Blue Rev, which I had not been able to get into at the first listen, which is actually the case for a lot of my favourite albums. The same with Punisher by Phoebe Bridgers. At first I was like, I don't get it. Yeah. But usually those ones I end up loving the most. And they played that song, and it was about like not turning back, and like, you know, this thing has happened that can't be undone, and you just got to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
And I was just so like, I just had this moment of peace where like the noise just went away for like a good hour, and I had such a good time. And it was crazy for me to have such a good time in the midst of what I was going through, but I was so like, I really held on to that. And like that summer, it was the one thing that kind of would help a bit would be listening to Blue Rev. Particularly that album was just like very topical for me at the time. There were some songs like Tile by Tile where it's like, this feels like it's written about like exactly like what I just was going through. Or like another one was like Easy on Your Own. That was a really good example of like, all these lyrics seem to just be hitting. There's a lot of humor in it. Yeah. And they're kind of laughing. It feels to me like they're kind of using that as a way to take back kind of ownership of a situation or control of a situation. And there's a song that we have on the album called Doing My Time, where that was me kind of trying to think, oh, how can I make light of this situation and kind of make a slightly funny, sarcastic song. And it really helped me writing that song, and it was around the time that I was listening to Blue Rev. It doesn't sound anything like anything on Blue Rev, but like the spirit was there that I was thinking about Very Online Guy. And I was just using this prison metaphor. I'm actually so sad it wasn't a single, because me and Toby were pushing so hard for it to be a single. I thought like, this is such a good one to lead with, but it's not. And I'll never get over that, I don't think. But it's me and Toby's one of our favourite tracks on the album, which is often the case that you'll have like Tom and Brad's favourites and me and Toby's favourites.
Two different styles.
Yeah. But that was like so influenced by that, and that album is just so special to me. And like, I'd say Always like my favourite band, probably. They're the only band who like, for someone who plays shows, I don't like going to shows very much. Like, I'd have to really want to see it.
Yeah.
And anytime they come to the UK, I'm like, tickets, get them.
I think like we were saying, these albums always pop up at the right time, like when you need them, and it is mad. But with what you're saying about going to shows, like, how do you feel about bands that do like big arena shows compared to the small intimate gigs? Because personally, I love an intimate gig. I cannot stand an arena show.
What arena shows have you been to?
Okay, so I went with my wife to see The Script. But because it was The Script is her favourite band, and it was her birthday.
It's very nostalgic. I just wasn't expecting you to see The Script.
No, exactly. And but that was in the O2 Arena.
Yeah. That's quite a big one, isn't it?
Massive. Like, so many people. And good on them for selling out the O2 Arena.
Well, this is the thing. I feel like a lot of those bands from that time are now able to do these comeback shows. And there's a whole audience of people who are like, yes, I've missed this.
Yeah.
Because that sound is so, like, it takes me back to, like, when I was like, a teenager.
It's like 2010, 2009.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
But the reason why I ask is that Wolf Alice, with their new album, have been doing arena shows.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, which to me, I mean, good on them.
Good on them.
You can
well
sell
done.
out an arena. Well done. Thanks for listening. But I prefer the intimacy of a small gig.
I think I can't remember the last time I was in. I think I've only been to an arena show once, and that was
to see The Script.
And I was right next to you. No, I saw Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds with my ex-boyfriend from secondary school.
Yeah.
He got me the tickets for my birthday, but he was a huge Oasis fan. And like, while I liked Noel Gallagher's first album at the time, it was like, this is a present for you.
Yeah.
But I didn't really... Because I've seen stuff at festivals, and I think that's a bit different. There's a bit more of a like connection to what's going on, even if the sound isn't incredible. Like when I went to Reading Festival when I was a teenager, I was having the best time, even with the big bands on the stage where you're a bit far away. But I honestly, like when I see big stadium shows, and it's so funny because it's like when I'm saying I enjoy playing small venues myself. It's not because someone's saying, but Sarah, we want you to play. We want you to play the a huge stadium tour, and I'm making the decision to just do small venues.
The people want the small venue.
It sounds like a coping sort of thing to be like, well, I actually prefer them anyway. But like, when I go to see bands, I do prefer. Like, I saw Runner at the Lexington. I've seen so many good things at the Lexington.
Yeah.
That's one of I'd say my favourite venue in London. And I saw Jockstrap in the Bullingdon in Oxford in a tiny room.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing. I just feel like, even with Always, like those, I think I saw them at, is it called Troxy in Kentish Town? And that was the right size for them. It didn't feel too disconnected from it. I do just prefer smaller rooms. I do think that there is a connection that happens. It's kind of like when you go to the cinema where you don't want to be too... Maybe that's the sort of stuff I'm going to see, but I feel like there is you kind of have to pay attention almost and lock in to what's going on. And I don't know, I do prefer it. I don't really, it doesn't appeal to me to the thought of going to see something in a big stadium, even if I really liked it. I don't really get it.
Seated or standing?
Ooh, yeah, that's a big question, isn't it?
Big question.
I think I haven't really done any seated shows.
Have you not?
No, apart from during COVID.
Yeah.
I think I'd prefer standing. But I love to have to sit down.
It's a tough one, isn't it? Because we're off to see David Byrne in next March.
Oh, that's exciting.
Seated. Very exciting.
But that might
I'm
make
going to cry.
sense, you know, for like, because Mitski, when me and Toby went to see Mitski, we were standing, but most people in that room were seated.
Yes, because she came back. She took some time off.
She did.
Because a lot of people were shouting obscene things at her and she didn't like it.
Yes, queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she took it. She took a break and then came back with like these smaller gigs.
It makes more sense when you're watching someone like Mitski to be sat, I would say. Like it feels like you're watching a performance of like a theatre thing as well. Like, it's not just... And I imagine David Byrne, considering they collaborated on something, didn't they?
They have.
For Everything Everywhere All at Once.
So, yeah, they have.
Yeah.
I just remembered that.
Which makes so much sense to me.
Yeah. There's a lot... I think there's a lot of theatre stuff in all of David Byrne's work. So, like... I mean, if you watch back Stop Making Sense, I mean, they all start off seated in that. But then they're all standing up towards... By the time they actually get going.
And maybe that's part of it, really, isn't it? Like, getting the audience to that point.
Yeah, exactly. But we're on, like, a very high balcony. I think it genuinely annoyed me how hard it was to get tickets for it and how hard getting tickets for things is these days.
It's really tricky.
Yeah. But I was just like, I don't care where I am, just any ticket will do. So we're like seated on this balcony looking right down. And I'm just like, it's going to be fun, but I'm going to spend a lot of time thinking I might fall over the edge.
Yeah, I was going to say, because if it's like a really steep one as well, like it does feel a bit scary.
Exactly.
Can you imagine standing... It was at the Sphere in Las Vegas. Apparently that is really steep. That's
incredible. I've seen some things of Bobby Weir from the Grateful Dead doing Grateful Dead shows in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like incredible stuff. I can't remember who was doing. John Mayer was basically taken over the role of Jerry Garcia, and they were.
Oh wow!
They had, because Jerry's dead, but
Jerry's brown bread. I haven't heard of anyone, because when I think of performances at the Sphere, I can only think of U2 because I just know that they kind of kicked it off.
Yeah,
but it's cool to hear that other people are doing it.
They do like cinema viewings in there as well.
Yeah,
did you see them watching The Matrix?
No.
They did a showing of The Matrix, and there was like a bit where I've never seen The Matrix, but there's a bit where a helicopter hits a skyscraper, and then like the ripple that comes off of that in the film then travels around the rest of the
kind of like the whole thing. Well, because I've seen
spoilers for a Matrix fans.
Some cinemas that do like 4D experience, and that people were watching Dune Part 2, and there was a bit with the big harvesting thing, and the seats are just going crazy, and like the sound is just like rattling. It's just insane.
I thought you meant they just started blasting sand in people's faces.
Well, you say that, but I saw at the Sphere they showed Wizard of Oz, and in the tornado scene they were making it windy in there, and like there was like stuff going around.
They added a tornado into the side.
No, like it's crazy. Crazy what people are doing these days. Like I think if cinema is immersive enough, we don't need to add like
a tornado.
Like historically, people used to fucking see that video of that train coming like in old times and was scared. Like I think we've forgotten ourselves a bit. We don't need like all of the extra stuff.
I forgot about the train coming towards us. They were scared of it.
Yeah.
It's going to hit us.
Bring back that fear. We want to still feel afraid of the train coming at the screen.
Have you got any honourable mentions?
Honourable mentions.
That you could do before the fifth and final?
I should give an honourable mention to Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher album. And I should also give an honourable mention to... I feel like it will be in there, the vinyl collection. Oh,
I'm going rogue. Sarah now is going remote. You should have enough cable.
I'm travelling across the room.
You should have enough cable to travel across the room to look in the vinyl collection.
Okay, let's see. I've got my 3 Always here. I actually have a client who does the PR for Always, and she was like, I can get you one of their vinyls. I was like, don't worry, love, I've got all of them.
Fucking name dropping.
Don't even try. Yeah,
do you reckon we can get Always on here?
Well,
through the PR.
They are very specific about the stuff they do, I will say. That's what she told me.
This will be quite a fun little segment.
What, just getting...
going through your vinyl collection.
You know what? That's a good segment for future things as well. Oh, Father John Misty, big shout out, Father John Misty.
Big. What album was it? I Love You, Honey Bear?
Yeah. It's an incredible album. No skips on that album.
Or pure comedy. No skips on pure comedy either.
Pure comedy's amazing as well. Phoebe Bridgers, blah, 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 blah. Metronomy, English Riviera, that's a huge one for me. Yeah. Jockstrap, that was very good. Claro, got a bit of
Claro. Which Claro album? Was it?
Immunity. Which is still my favourite, I will say. Oh, and Bombay Bicycle Club, who never fail to impress me.
I've recently found this band called Formal Speedwear.
I like that name.
And they are very Talking Heads.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll have to play you some later. But
are they sort of
I reckon they're on their way up. They got a Six Music play fairly recently.
Ooh, that's always a good indicator.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was on their new Music Fix.
Yeah, and that's a good sign.
Yeah, and absolutely incredible. Like
Formal
in terms
Speedwear.
Of vocals, sound just like David Burr. I don't know if it's the way they're going for them, but that's what's brought me towards them.
Yeah, no, because it would have been sort of drawing
heads.
on that sort of thing that attracts you to something.
Exactly.
And similarly, The Itch at the moment, that's
yes, you showed me
I did show you The Itch. Previously in a outfit called Regressive Left, who I actually was looking at the vinyl over there for. They just had a nice feature in Enemy. It's nice to see them getting picked up. Mm-hmm. They're incredible. I think their album's out now, but amazing.
Because you showed me a song.
I showed you The Influencer.
That's the one, which I really like. Anything to plug as well?
Anything to plug? My album. At the time that we're speaking, it's coming out in like a month and a half, which is really crazy. I thought that it would take longer to get here, but it feels like it's coming around. It would be great if you could listen to our debut album. It's called Is It Too Late to Freak Out? It was going to be called I Love All My Friends, but Tom felt that was a bit twee.
I like it. It reminds me of LCD Sound System.
Yeah, it does make me think of that as well. I think that's what I was maybe going for, but I wanted everyone to agree on the name. I didn't want it to be like something that anyone felt half-hearted about. So it was going to be called A Violent Burst of Blue, which is one of the lyrics.
That's quite nice.
But Tom said that sounded too much like a violent burst of poo. So we didn't go with that. There was a few things we were workshopping, but in the end we went with Is It Too Late to Freak Out, which is the opening line in the opening song. And we put so much thought and care into it. It's probably the longest we've had to work on anything. There's a lot of different sounds going on in there, probably because we all have quite different opinions, but the final track is probably the thing I'm most proud of making, I would say. It's called I Love All My Friends, just mentioned, but it's a very special song to me, and it's long, which means I'm smart. Yes, please. Which means we're intellectual. But yeah, probably just that, and then we're going on tour in November.
Yes, you've got some shows. I'm going to see whether I can make it to Esquires.
That would be nice to see you.
But I feel like I'm in London.
I feel like you're in London for another thing.
I feel like I'm seeing Tim Key.
I think we're playing in London as well, but we are actually. I don't know what I'm saying. I can't
remember if it might have been that day. What's the 22nd of November?
I think that is. I think that is the Esquires show.
Yeah, I keep looking at that, going, "Can I make it?"
Let me pull it up.
But I don't think it will work.
Well, one day you will see us. The last time you saw us.
Last time I saw you was, yes.
Yeah, 22nd Esquires, 21st the Grace in London. And then Middlesbrough's spelt wrong, which I still feel upset about. Because no one's going to come now,
to Middlesbrough?
Yeah, Teesside Uni. It's because we played there for Twisterella last year and it was really great.
Yeah.
I'm quite excited about that because I don't think we've really done a uni place before. But yeah, going through the north, going through the south. Oh my God, that's really weird. It starts in the north. Then it goes to the south and then it ends in the north.
That's not where you live.
That's not where I live. It goes Leeds, Liverpool, London, Bedford, Portsmouth, Cambridge, Middlesbrough, Manchester. Who was
when are you doing Manchester?
Manchester is the 28th of November.
Oh, it's after October when I'm up there.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good point.
You can hang around for that month,
I'll stay there for a month.
Anyway.
Well, thank you very much, Sarah.
Thank you, Jordan.
Lowgirl.
Jordan of
this podcast. But yeah, whenever you're ready.
Whenever I'm ready. It was a summer of rain and cold, but not between the folds of my sheets. Week by week, an indefinite time at first, fighting out a sheltered the house down. It's so quiet out. You're in tandem with me. Will I watch you right ahead? When the road starts to freeze, I hope that you'll be here. I wanna ride it out big and bold. I'll ride it in the snow and the sand. So romantic, an unbreakable way far out. Cannot begin to know, to wipe out what I'm feeling right now. It's so quiet out. You're in tandem with me. Will I watch you right ahead? When the road starts to freeze, I hope that you'll be here. Oh, when the road starts to freeze, I hope that you'll be here. I want you to be here. It was a bit of a fun chord in there, but wow, for the really for the most part, very much. No worries.
Yes, Wonderwall!
There it is.
Well, there you have it. There was the first episode. I hope you enjoyed the little recording at the end of Sarah playing one of her songs from a sort of solo project that she's doing. I'd like to say a big thank you to Sarah for being my very first guest and sort of helping get this podcast off the ground. You can find them on Spotify under the band Lowgirl, all one word. Like she said, their album comes out in October, and they've got some gigs playing just after that, so do check them out. Like I said at the beginning, this will hopefully be continuing. I need to basically find more people and see whether they want to have a chat with me about music. But if you want to send me any messages, you can find my Instagram at songs_that_define_me. Really easy. You can send me an email at thesongsthatdefineme@gmail.com, and I'd really like that. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I shall see you again on the next one. I'm going to walk away now.